So for the assignment, we had to abstain from any type of media for a whole day. I was a bit apprehensive of this because I rely on media a lot just to pass the time, especially media sites such as Facebook and Twitter and stuff. Before I started, the day before, I made sure that I told my friends and family and boyfriend and everything that I was going to be going on this fast, because I rely on my phone and Facebook and Twitter just to communicate with people, especially people back home, because it's such a good way of speaking to people long distances. So the fact that I just had to do that before I even started just shows how much media is saturated into our culture. I found it interesting the day, to say the least. I was quite bored for most of the day, didn't know what to do. I tried to choose a day where I'd be quite busy, so I wouldn't get distracted and want to go on Facebook or Twitter or something. So I also chose a day where I could have a long lie-in, so I didn't have to rely on my phone as an alarm clock, and also could take up the day by sleeping. So I woke up at, I think it was about 12:01 or something, and obviously I couldn't look at my phone. Usually I'd wake up and lie in bed for a bit and scroll through Facebook and Twitter, but I couldn't do that. So I got a shower, got a really long shower, and realised that I had a bit of a problem, because you could technically say that shampoo bottles and conditioner and shower gel are classed as media as well, because I like advertisements. So I sort of failed a bit there. After my shower I started getting ready, drying my hair and stuff, and usually whilst getting ready I'll put Spotify on and listen to music, but I couldn't do that either because that's the type of music, and so is my laptop, using my laptop of course, so I couldn't do that. So I took ages to get ready as well because I just didn't know what to do. So I went to my lecture at 3 in the afternoon, and while I was walking there, the spine on campus was just covered with posters and advertisements and everything, and I just couldn't avoid it because it was everywhere, and this shocked me that I couldn't do anything about it. I got to the lecture and I thought, oh, it's fine, I don't really have to use any media, but then I realised the lecturer communicating to us as an audience was also a form of media, so that wasn't good. The lecture was 2 hours long, so usually during the 10-minute interval I'll just either talk to my friends, or if my friends didn't go that day, I'd sit and scroll through Facebook or Twitter just to pass the time. So I couldn't really do that because obviously I couldn't use my phone or my laptop, so I was bored just for 10 minutes during the interval. After the lecture finished I walked back, and again I was surrounded by posters. I was a bit lost when I got back to my room as well, because usually straight away I'll put on my laptop and just check Facebook and Twitter, wanting to know what everyone else is doing, but I couldn't do this. So I thought I'd do something productive, and I tidied my room. This didn't involve any media, luckily. Then I was completely lost. I was like, what can I do now? And so I did a bit of revision, but I didn't use my laptop, I just used the notes from my folder. Writing and reading obviously is still a form of media, but I'd already read the media on the posters, so I thought at least revising will be kind of productive. After I'd done a bit of this, I really didn't know what to do. I read my book because I thought, again, I've already read today, so that passed a bit of time, but then after that I just didn't know what to do, so I actually ended up having an afternoon nap. After having a lie-in I had an afternoon nap as well, because I just didn't know what to do, and it's quite bad reflecting on that, the fact that I had to have a nap to pass the time, because social media sites usually are good for just passing a small amount of time. After my nap I made tea. I realised that food labels and just everything is a type of media, So again, I didn't really avoid it then. I very much had the urge to like text people and go on Facebook and Twitter, but I couldn't do this because I'd turn my phone off and I hadn't switched my laptop on either. So I was completely out of the loop with what anyone was doing, and it felt really quite uncomfortable actually. So that was a bit of a shock to the system. After that I just sort of like found myself sitting around wondering what to do. Usually I'd watch TV in the evenings or something, and I couldn't do that. So I think I just like revised again and then ended up getting an early night, so I had a lot of sleep that day. And yeah, that was really shocking that sleep was the only thing I could do which wouldn't involve media and would just pass the time. Afterwards, the day after, I had the media immersion, and it shocked me how relieved I was to be able to use my phone and the internet and everything. I felt so much better and in touch with like what was going on like virtually. So I found that quite bad how reliant I was on Facebook and Twitter to just pass the time. I counted so many things that involved media that I did that day. I sent loads of texts, loads of Facebook messages. I think I tweeted quite a lot as well. I do tweet quite often. And like communication, I think I rang my mum and stuff. And it just does shock me how society is filled with so much media, but I think it is bad how much media there is, but it's also good that we are able to communicate with people on the other side of the world so quickly and so easily, and I think society now wouldn't be able to be without it, and it does have its benefits despite how much it's saturated into society. So yeah, that was my faster media reflection.